Let's talk about something the big music streaming companies are really hoping you don't think about too much.
It might sound a little over the top, but it's kind of true. All the streaming giants, we're talking Apple, Spotify, Tidal, they're in this massive arms race for your subscription. And yeah, you're right in the middle of it. Their newest weapons, these super fancy sounding terms, right? Lossless, high-res audio, all promising this incredible new way to listen.
So that brings us to the big question for this whole explainer. Is any of this stuff a real revolution in sound? Or are you basically paying extra for something your ears literally can't hear and your very expensive headphones can't even play back properly? Let's dig in. Okay, so to really get what's happening now, we have to rewind to the original battle. And it all started because of one huge problem. Digital music files, when they're uncompressed, are absolutely massive. A single 3-minute song could be a 30-megabyte file. Back in the day of dial-up, yeah, no way, that just wasn't gonna fly.
So the solution was compression, but this basically created two opposing armies. On one side, you've got your lossy formats. Think of them like a mercenary. Their weapons are the ones you know and love, MP3 and AAC, and their whole strategy is just ruthless. Shrink the file no matter what it takes. On the other side is Lossless, the archivist. Its weapons are things like FLAC, and its mission is simple: preserve everything. Absolute purity.
So how does that mercenary, the lossy file, do its dirty work? Well, it uses this clever trick called psychoacoustics. It's a fancy name for a pretty brutal idea. The software basically guesses what parts of the song you probably can't hear, those super high frequencies, the really low rumbles, and it just deletes them. Gone. Forever. It's literally chopping out pieces of the music. Now, the archivist Lossless does things completely differently. Think of it like a zip file, but for music. It squishes the file down to make it easier to send, but when you press play, it unzips it perfectly. What you get is a perfect, bit-for-bit, one-to-one copy of the original master recording from the studio. This is what we call CD quality. It's perfect sound. No compromises. So you'd think with our blazing fast internet and practically unlimited storage, the battle's over, right? The archivist, Lossless, clearly won. We can all have perfect audio now. And for the engineers, yeah, the war was over. But for the marketing department, oh, they were just getting warmed up. And that brings us to the new battlefield, high-res audio. See, once they gave us perfect CD quality audio, they needed something else to sell us, something that sounded even more premium. So they basically just invented a new standard that was, well, better than perfect. Oh, and you've definitely heard the sales pitch. It sounds amazing, right? It has more detail. You're hearing exactly what the artist heard in the studio. It's a really seductive idea. I mean, who wouldn't want that? So what even is high-res audio? Well, under the hood, it's really just a file with a lot more data points. A standard CD is what's called 16-bit at 44.1 kilohertz. High-res just cranks those numbers way up to 24-bit at 96 kilohertz, sometimes even higher. It's more data, bigger numbers, so it's got to be better, right?
Well, here's the cold, hard truth of it. The science is pretty clear. Standard CD quality audio already covers the entire range of human hearing, every frequency we can possibly perceive, which means for like 99.9% of us, all that extra data in a high-res file is completely and totally inaudible.
So what is all that extra detail they're selling you? It's mostly ultrasonic frequencies. It's noise that your dog might find interesting, but your eardrums physically cannot register it. It's a solution to a problem that, for human beings, just doesn't exist. But wait, because the story actually gets even crazier. Let's say, for argument's sake, you're a superhero with superhuman hearing. Even if you could hear the difference, there's a hidden enemy lurking in your pocket that makes this whole thing pointless. And this is the final, brutal irony of it all. Just follow the journey. You start with that massive, beautiful, pristine high-res file on your phone. But here's the thing. Bluetooth just can't handle that much data. So what does your phone do? It has to recompress it. It squashes that beautiful file right back down into a lossy format, throwing away data to make it fit. By the time the signal gets to your amazing wireless headphones, it's just a shadow of its former self. All that high-res data you paid for, it never even left your phone. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, but wait, my headphones have those fancy Bluetooth codecs like aptX or LDAC. A codec is just the method your phone uses to package the audio for wireless travel. And yeah, those are definitely better than the default bottom-of-the-barrel one. but they're still a compromise. They are still a bottleneck. They are still, by definition, lossy. So you're paying a premium for a file just to have your own gear choke it out before you ever hear it. Okay, so what's the verdict here? After all of that, what actually matters? Where should you be focusing your time, your energy, and your money? It's actually really simple, and it's got nothing to do with fancy marketing terms. Let's just put it as plainly as possible. The war for better sound, the battle that actually impacts what you hear, it is not about the file. It's about the hardware. It has always been about the actual physical gear that takes all those digital ones and zeros and turns them into sound waves that vibrate your eardrums. So what makes a difference you can actually hear? Oh, you can absolutely hear the difference between some cheap $20 earbuds and a great pair of $300 headphones. That's a night and day difference. You can also hear the quality of the DAC, the digital to analog converter. That's the little chip that does the conversion. That's where the real audio magic happens. So here it is, the big takeaway. You can stop worrying about high res. A regular old lossless CD quality file is, for all intents and purposes, perfect. It gives you 100% of the musical information your ears are capable of hearing. It's truly all you will ever need. So the next time you see some big ad hyping up high-res audio, just remember this. The important question isn't, what are you listening to? The real question, the one that's always mattered, is what are you listening with?